Hey everyone, my name is Marissa Esterhazen. I'm a former teacher turned mindset coach, and my goal with this YouTube channel slash podcast is to find powerhouses in the education sector and bring their knowledge to you if you are a teacher or if you are a parent maybe who is finding it challenged to navigate parenting at the moment. If that sounds like you, I would love for you to like, subscribe, download, share. So today I was talking to Kamil, and I love the program that he has created. It's called Jumping Forward. And basically it takes sports therapy and helps students overcome challenges like anxiety, like low self-confidence, like just various social challenges that they might be going through using games, using sport, using communication. So today we are going to chat all about that. His program currently runs all over Israel. He's got 30 schools, but he would love to branch into the United States market. So if you feel that this might be a benefit to your school, then I would encourage you to check out the show notes and get in touch with him. I think you're really going to enjoy the interview. Have a great day. Hey, teachers and parents. This interview is for you if you are interested in learning more about how sport can help with social and emotional learning. And if you want to know how sports therapy can help build essential life skills, as well as if maybe you've been thinking of starting your own business. So in this episode, we are talking to Kamil, and he is a sports therapist who developed the program called Jumping Forward, which is an organization dedicated to social and emotional learning, or SEL. You might hear us refer to it as SEL, so that is social and emotional learning, through a unique sports therapy training program. Tomer, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so excited. And before we start, just please explain to our listeners, like, what exactly is social emotional learning?
First, thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm really excited to be here too. So a lot of kids face challenges like lack of confidence, lack of communication skills, poor anger management. So under SCL, we have a lot of programs that assist those kids to deal with the challenges. So they can be through art or music, animals or sport. It depends what the kids likes and what the kid gets connected. I believe it's easier to deliver the message, and it's easier to guide kids when they deal with the play, they do something that they like. In my case, we do it through sport.
Okay, so I guess that's ideally where the term sports therapy comes, because they're playing sport, but they're also sort of doing activities that can help them. Well, what skills would you say, what are the main skills that you're trying to build with your kids, with the kids?
First of all, confidence, because I believe that if you believe in yourself and you have confidence, so you can face a lot of challenges. But we want to work on communication skills, about how to give up to each other, about how to manage our anger, how not to give up easily and not get frustrated easily.
Okay, so managing anger, building confidence, how to not give up easily. And what do you find? Do you find that maybe is it the lack of confidence that seems to be the main issue that you notice in the kids in elementary school, or which issue would you say is quite common?
A lot of time this is the basis, because they need this grown person that believe in them, that give them the confidence, and then it's easier for them to get connected to this therapist and then to share their challenges. And sometimes they face some challenges that we are not aware of, but because they have good connection with this therapist, because they have the common base and they both like sports, So it's easier to analyze it and to assist them.
Okay, and so with jumping forward, when you go into a class and you take the kids, can you sort of walk me through maybe a session? How would you merge the therapy and the sport together?
So, for example, with basic drill, when one of the kid is blindfolded and he has to lead the other kid through obstacles. So they have to trust each other, and we work on communication skills. And after that, we switch positions. And at the end of the session, we analyze it. If you felt comfortable, you felt uncomfortable, why? How do you think was the communication between the two partners? Where do you think we can improve it next time? So this is a drill, for example, that involves a lot of fun, and
Hmm.
we can learn about it, learn from it a lot.
And do you find that as the kids get more comfortable speaking, um, I would imagine their ability to express themselves gets better. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
100%, yes.
Cool. Okay. So I want to so I want to start discussing the business a little bit first. What is your big picture vision for your business, for jumping forward? What do you see in the future?
To assist as many kids as we can.
Yeah. Do you see yourself I know we were talking earlier and you're breaking into the US market. So is your goal to go international?
Yeah, eventually, yeah, we tried now to penetrate the American market, and eventually, yes.
All right, amazing. Good. I have no doubt. I think it's a brilliant idea. Okay. And when starting the actual business side of things, what was the biggest challenge or fear, like for anybody out there who might be thinking of starting a business? What was one of the biggest challenges or fears that you faced, and how did you get through it?
So in the beginning, nobody knew about the program, obviously, because
Mm-hmm.
it was new. So the challenge was to find a school that is willing to give it a chance. So in my case, it was a school that was really far away. I had to take a train for 2 hours only
Wow.
one way. Financially, it wasn't profitable, but anyway, I decided that I want to take it because I decided if this school is willing to give us chance, so we should do it. In the
Yeah.
it was smart to do it because since then it grew because when you go to one school, so the principal can talk to a colleague, and you can, it's easier than to approach and to penetrate more schools.
That's a really good point because sometimes you have to just have that faith, right? That going into that school is going to cause, the financial side of it will come after. You just have to get the word out right now. You have to get people to know and almost to get like testimonials so that that principal can talk to another principal. Yeah. It must have been how did you feel when that principal was like, okay, we'll try it. Let's do it. What did it feel like?
I was really excited, and
Yeah.
I didn't even think about, oh, it's not affordable, maybe I shouldn't do it. I was thinking to myself, this is a good chance for me, I want to do it, and yeah, let's do it.
Good. That actually leads right into my next question about your mindset, right? So, was there ever a point in your mindset that this wasn't going to work, or were you quite good at keeping it focused on, no, this is going to work. This is going to be a success. Like, how were you thinking about the business?
This is part of my personality, that I have dreams and I have goals that I want to achieve, and I look at the bright side and I believe that I can do it.
Yeah,
This is part of my
no.
personality, and this is exactly what I want to teach the kids to believe in themselves and to try things and to give chance things. Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. How many schools, out of curiosity, did you approach in the beginning before you got that one?
I don't remember. I don't remember, but I don't remember, but it didn't take a while. But as soon as one school gave us the chance, so we just started. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so good. And how, with regards to the Jumping Forward program, how did you come up with the idea?
So I was a college basketball player in Austin, Texas, and I felt like the basketball gave me so many tools, so many abilities that I use not only on the court but off the court. So I decided that I can assist other kids, not necessarily kids that want to be athletes, not necessarily kids that want to compete in professional sport, but a lot of kids just like to play sport, just like to do sport, and I didn't want them to miss this opportunity.
Yeah. Were there any of your friends when you were playing basketball that sort of inspired you to come up with this, or was it just mostly through your own experience?
Was from my own experience because I saw that I learned about communication with my teammates, about how to try not to give up, how to manage my anger.
Yeah.
I remember during my first game that I received the pass from my teammate, and I was about to dunk the ball and didn't catch the ball, and I missed it, and I threw the ball on the floor, and I got a foul. And this is I remember the where I had to teach myself how to manage my anger and
That's actually a great point. Like, because, okay, so if you had a parent come to you and you're like, look, my child is really struggling to manage their anger, what are one or two strategies that you would give that parent?
I recommend to take a deep breath and to imagine where would you like to be now.
Oh, nice.
Uh, Yes, I recommend to do it every day before they go to sleep because when you practice and you do it on a daily basis, it's easier to do it when you're facing challenges because it's really challenging to do it when you're angry and you face those challenges and you get frustrated. But when you teach yourself, you tell yourself, you do it on a daily basis before you go to sleep, so it's doable to do it even when it's tough.
So would it be like if you're going to imagine yourself, say, on a beach, or I guess ideally it would be any safe space, right? Somewhere where you feel calm and peaceful. And do you
Yes.
then just like lay there and relax and like imagine that you're on, I mean, for me it would be a beach, but but I
So
imagine
yes,
that's the idea, right? You're just supposed to lie there and
exactly.
kind of stay calm and relax and
Yes,
be in like your happy place.
yes,
I love
yes.
that.
Happy and comfortable place. Yes.
Yeah. And tell me, Tomer, like the world has changed so much for kids in the last few years. What would you say are some of the biggest issues that you have seen facing younger children? And if you, I don't know if you've dealt a lot with older children, but if you notice any differences between younger children and older children, or if you can only comment on younger children, that's fine. But what are the main issues you've seen facing these kids today?
I believe that during the coronavirus, a lot of kids stayed at home and spent a lot of time on iPhone or laptop or whatever. They didn't communicate face to face with their classmates or with their friends, and they have lack of ability. Not all of them, but a lot of kids deal with challenge of lack of communication skills
Hmm.
because they are not used to it. Because it's easier for them to communicate online, and I see how a lot of times we need to guide them and teach them, and sometimes they don't understand the situation right. And this is our job, how to guide them and teach them. And it's easier to do it while they do sport and they trust the therapist and they have the common base. And especially, I believe that kids a lot of times surround themselves by walls, and the walls a lot of time just they start falling when they trust the therapist and they do sport and they have confidence and they feel good with themselves.
So if you had a parent for who maybe were a school or that was interested in the program but couldn't really implement it right now, would that be one of your pieces of advice to kind of get your child into some sort of sport so that it kind of pulls them away from the screen, helps them bring down those walls, and allows them sort of to be in a different environment? Would you say that's accurate?
Yes, 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 yes. And not necessarily competitive sport teams, not necessarily soccer teams. So I
Right.
believe that each kid should do what feels good for him or for her.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it could be a walk in the park, right? It doesn't necessarily
yes,
have to be, like you said, competitive because not
yes,
every child likes to be competitive. I never liked being in competitive sport myself. So
yeah,
I understand that. And tell me
yes.
when you do the activities, what have you noticed the students really enjoy out of with the activities that you've done? Which ones seem to kind of stand out to them?
So we have this game that a lot of kids like. I call it the Doctor. It's like dodgeball, but a bit different. So in the beginning, each team picks one kid that he or she is the Doctor, secretly, and they secretly, um, and they will play game like dodgeball. And if the ball hits one of the players, he stands up and only the doctor can recure the player, and then he come
Okay.
back to the game. And when the ball hits the doctor, so the game ends and the other team wins. So it's good. The kids love this game, and I like it because I like to see the process of how they choose the doctor because they need to give up to each other and they understand that if they pick the doctor fast, so maybe they have a chance to play another game or maybe two more games, and how they communicate with each other. So kids love this game, and I love to watch it because it teaches me a lot.
That is amazing. I can imagine they would really enjoy something like that for sure. And in terms of like, I think this also links to, you know, the issues that are going on with kids right now and mental health. Like, do you notice that when when they are playing these games, how how is their empathy? Is it getting stronger? Like their desire to sort of help someone, and even I'm curious also about the way that they speak to the other kids because often I find sometimes kids don't always know how to speak um positively to other children. Do you ever find that with your work, and what do you do to kind of combat that?
I do, and I have the option and I have the opportunity actually to stop and to talk about it and to analyze it because this is the main goal of our session. For example, in a regular physical education class, or sometimes the teacher doesn't have time to deal with
Right.
it. Sometimes because they are 40 students, so maybe the teacher doesn't have the ability to pay attention to this. So, and in my case, this is the most important thing. So we stop and we talk about it and we analyze it, and then we go forward to the
Yeah.
game.
I think that's so important because I feel that with social media and all these influencers who speak sarcastically and negatively because those videos get them the most views. I don't actually know if the kids always know that the way they're speaking is mean, or you know, because it's what they've seen. Like I don't know if you agree with that, or do you, what do you think?
I agree, and sometimes it's easier, to text someone to say something not nice, because there is no person facing you,
Yep.
and because they're used to it. So after that, when they go to class, when they go on the court, so they don't think twice, and maybe they can use the same words or the same behavior
Yeah.
because it's okay to do it online. So.
Yeah, so it's good that you have the opportunity to sort of help with that. And are there any specific like positive phrases or affirmations that you teach the kids to use that seems to resonate with them? Like any like if you had to pick a couple that you're like, okay, the kids like these ones, what would you say?
To be polite to each other, to if they want to say something, so to say it nicely, to say good things to each other.
And is it just like the
And
standard, like, you can do this, or, I believe in you, or what a great job. You tried so hard. Is it just those kinds of, more positive affirmation or not really affirmations, but positive comments that you encourage them to use?
yeah, this is really important. This is really important. Yeah, to say positive things to each other, and I recommend that if we as teachers, so if we have something positive to say, so to explain why we say it, not just to say good job,
Right.
or to explain why. Good job that you assisted this kid. Good job that you stopped the game. You saw that he got hurt and you gave him water or whatever. But to explain why.
Yeah, that's good advice. I think sometimes we forget that part and then we just, yeah, say it and move on. Um, Can you walk us through any transformations that you have seen happen with any of your students?
Yeah, one of my teams, so they were really divided, boys and girls. They didn't want to cooperate, and they say, and all the games that we tried, so the girls only wanted to be with the girls, and but the boys only wanted to be there with the boys, and we worked on it. Yeah, we worked on it, and eventually it worked out.
And what sorts of things like did you ask them? Did you ask them certain questions or for their opinions on things or sort of why they were feeling that way or
We analyzed it, we talked about it, and each group mentioned what bothers them, and we did it slowly. In the beginning, we do it by by dividing the groups to four, and then eventually to two.
to work together?
Yes,
Tomer, I remember you were telling me that you had a clip that you had shared on your Instagram of an example of an activity. I would love it if would you be able to show us that?
yeah, perfect. Sounds good. So in this case, you can see we have two partners that work with each other. One is blindfolded, and the girl with the black shirt has to go through the obstacles to the other side, and the other girl that is next to her, she communicates and explains to her how to go through the obstacles without touching those. After that, they switch roles, and then we analyze it, how they felt in each position, how was the
Yeah.
communication. Yeah, so we can learn about from it a lot about how to trust each other, how to guide each other, how to communicate. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen this on like Survivor. I think it's definitely the communication. I'm impressed that they made it through without knocking over any of the bowling pins. That's
Yeah,
that's
a
definitely
lot of
good
work.
communication skills.
Yes, yes, a lot of work.
Cool. Okay, that's great. All right. Thank you so much for showing us that. I really appreciate it. Um, and tell me, going into and books for your own personal development, what is one book that you would say that you would recommend for someone to read that maybe has like changed your perspective on something?
I read the book Outliers that explain about how to excel. It analyzed how the Beatles did the Beatles, and I don't remember what else, but the Outliers was a good book that affected me.
And what do you think, like, what was one piece of advice that you remember from that book?
Not to give up and to practice and to practice and to try more. I don't remember the exact number, but they said that when you practice and you for 4 hours in a row each day for for 8 years, then you become a professional. So
Ah,
I,
okay, so that's the
I
goal.
yeah.
Awesome. And tell us, Tomer, if a school wants to get hold of you to implement the program, are you mainly focusing on the United States at the moment, or do you have any, is any of the program online or is it only in person?
In person, because it's really crucial for me to guide the therapist and to go through the curriculum and the syllabus and all the drills. So it's really important to me that
A-
that I work together with the therapist.
And what state are you working in at the moment?
Hopefully, we will start in New Jersey soon. I have colleagues that live in New Jersey, and they assist me, and they will go to the schools there.
Okay, that'll be exciting. How did you, so when you say that you're working with the therapists, then are you setting goals for the kids together with the therapists from this, is it from the school, the therapists from the school?
Yeah, so the school set the goals. If the person goals, if we're talking about goals of the entire team. Each month we write a report about the progress, and after 15 sessions, we analyze it, what progress we did, yeah, and what should be the what should be the next step.
Right. And do you get the kids to ever set goals for themselves, or do you just give them generic goals to focus on?
Usually not, but this is a good idea. This is a good idea that I need to think of, because I think it depends what age, but I think maybe in middle school it's a good idea to share with them and to discuss it with them. Yes.
Yeah, I would agree. I feel like as human beings, we are so goal oriented, right? So having each person, even if it was just a goal for that session or, to be kinder, to help someone out, or it can be small goals, or bigger goals that you can have for like the next 2 months or something like that. So yeah, definitely something to think about for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and tell us, Tomer, if people wanted to find you online, we're going to put all your details in the show notes, but where's the best place to find you online?
On Instagram. On Instagram.
On Instagram. Okay. Nice. And let's see, I want to do the final thoughts about mindset, because I love focusing on mindset. What is your best strategy or the one thing that you do to stay calm if things get chaotic?
I take a deep breath, and
Yeah.
I imagine I'm in Thailand on the beach.
Okay, nice. Good choice, Thailand. Yep.
Yeah.
Mine is always Spain. I visited San Sebastian, and that's one of the best places I've been. So I always imagine I'm back in
Wow.
San Sebastian.
Wow.
And how do you move yourself from a negative mindset to a positive mindset? Um, like if you're thinking of something suddenly things are going wrong and you're in a negative space and you want to quickly move to a positive space. Any strategies there?
So it depends when, but I try to do something that I know that I do well. So, for example, if I have the opportunity to go to play basketball a little bit, so maybe I'll shoot a little bit of basketball. If I don't have the opportunity, so I would think about something that I know that I can do well, and it gives me confidence. And then after that, you can go for.
Nice. That's good. Yeah, just remind yourself like of what you do really well, because sometimes that voice can kind of tell you like, oh, you can't do this, you're not good at this. You're like, well, whatever, but I'm really good at this. I love that.
So I read an interview with Ronaldo, the soccer player. He talked about it, and he said that when it happens to him, so he passes to his teammate, and then after that he's trying to do more challenging pass, and then it gives him the confidence, maybe to shoot a penalty that you get a lot of chance to make it. So
Yeah.
to do something that you know that you do well. Yeah.
Great. I love that. And final question, what three things are you grateful for today, Tomer?
I'm grateful that I have my family. I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to affect and to assist many kids that face challenges. For my opportunity to come up with new ideas and to try to achieve them, and the ability that I know that I can achieve them. So I'm thankful for that.
Great. I love that one. I'm often thankful for my mind, my brain, that it allows me to think, to think creatively and to think critically. And sometimes I just give thanks to my brain cells. Just like, I love you guys. Anyways, Tomer, I just want to say, like, I'm so grateful that you came on the show today, and I appreciate you for how you are helping children learn these strategies to manage their emotions and become more confident, which I really believe will leads people to discover their true purpose, because it gets rid of a lot of the kind of the chaos that's in our mind. So I just want to say thank you so much, and I wish you just the utmost success and prosperity with this venture. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time, and again, thank you so much for the opportunity. I had a good time.